Over the last few weeks, the government has bulldozed 18 homes on the proposed route of the Debe to Mon Desir highway. It is using bulldozing power to intimidate and shift the status quo, as if it is at war with the people. This bulldozing, this destruction is being done by the government in the face of the following four facts. 1. An application to the courts for an interim conservatory order with the powers of an injunction has been made in the High Court in the matter Wayne Kublal Singh and others versus the Attorney General. The matter is still being heard in the courts. The court has not yet made a decision on this application, yet the government is bulldozing homes. So the question arises, if the court decides to grant the conservatory order, what will the Prime Minister say to these residents? 2. The constitutionality of the government's actions on the proposed Debe to Mon Desir highway is being tested in the courts. Again, the question arises, if the court decides that the government's actions with regard to the Debe to Mon Desir highway are indeed unconstitutional, what will the Prime Minister say to these residents whose homes have been bulldozed? 3. The recommendations made by the independent experts in the Armstrong report are very clear. The report recommends that no further work be done on the Debe to Mon Desir segment unless a number of substantive studies are first done. These include a cost-benefit analysis, hydrology report, and a social impact assessment. No social impact assessment or cost-benefit analysis have been done to show the social and economic impact of destroying 250 to 300 homes to build the proposed Debe to Mon Desir highway. Fourth, we acknowledge that residents whose homes have been bulldozed have agreed to accept compensation. But over the last 2 years, the government has deployed over 24 evaluators, many of whom have applied coercion, threat, and the dissemination of false information to encourage persons to accept compensation. These actions by the government demonstrate scant regard and respect to the court process and the residents of Debe to Mon Desir. The rights of the people are being trampled upon. Our people have resorted to actions on the ground, diplomatic actions, and lastly, turned to the courts for redress. The government's action of bulldozing the homes in the area is a means of intimidating other residents by giving the impressions that the highway cannot be stopped. These actions can only be described as bullying and a reckless attack on the economic fortunes of our communities and our treasury. It is part of a repeated pattern of misconduct in public office. The government must act responsibly by using the cautionary and logical approach and await the outcome of at least the interim conservatory order